Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, it's like because when you're playing a scale, you kind of hear it detached from the chord, right? And you want to hear the changes under the chord. So when you're doing it here, like, and you got your, that's obviously very clear. That's your root. And it's really the root, knowing where the root is, that really helps. That and the third, of course. So if you play that, you have a really clear picture of your tonal center. Well, let's check out that same thing we were talking about last week, but let's talk about hearing the intervals, or especially the most important ones, like the root. We might have to add them in there. So we don't have to talk about this, obviously, because we're there. We know that. When we get to the 4 chord, we did that trick where you go down a minor third and play a pentatonic. Like that. So let's add a couple chord tones. It's really the chord tones that help you hear the chord, because this is our chord. So let's add that D in there. Cool. Yeah, and then you just finish up the way you're used to. Cool. All right, and let's add the next octave of it, which is gonna be there. So we have. That's your triad. Good, yeah. So if you can picture those D's in there, obviously you're doing the pentatonic, or actually, and that sounds really cool when you're playing the pentatonic. You can throw that D in there to hear the chord that you're playing over. It's pretty important. Like what I do when I try to play over changes is I try to play in a way where you can hear the chords. Now, if you want to kind of go outside, then you kind of want to not have that, and just eliminating one note can do it, because it sounds kind of like we're going from here to here. Right? It kind of sounds like we're going. You know? That's what it sounds like, unless we hear that note, the D, to really let us know we're going from. Cool? So here's a kind of a little arpeggiation trick you can do. This is a sequence you can do over any chord with any scale, but I find it kind of helpful. If we start from our pinky on the root of the D, there we go, and then we do just our root, third, fifth, and then to the 7. There we go, and then continuing on to the next string, we have our major triad. And if you now go ahead and keep descending down your pentatonic. You can take any of those notes from the pentatonic as we're doing it with a flat 5. That's nice because the flat 5 is actually your flat 7. So that's a chord tone. Basically, if you want to be able to hear the chords in your soloing, you just need more chord tones in your solos. That's all it comes down to. Cool? Yeah, the third. Yeah. I mean, that's already in the scale. But now you know it's important. So it's kind of actually knowing which notes are important will also change your emphasis, really. Like if you know that this is an important note, then that's where you're going to probably start or end your phrases, especially end them, right? So if you got like, and you're going, you kind of lost track of the context. You got this, and you play, right? Or that right there was a note added to the pentatonic that was the root of our actual chord. Right? That's really important to know where we are. So anyway, here's a cool trick that can help you out with that. Let's do you know, are you pretty familiar with your last mode of the minor pentatonic? Yeah, like if this were the first and you're going up and then you get to the last one. In this case it's going to be 3-5 3-5. We're doing A minor pentatonic. Yeah, and then 2-5 2-5. 2-5 2-5 on the D and G string. And then 3-5 3-5. Yeah. So that, yeah. That's the last mode of the pentatonic there. All right, so then what's cool is, like, you notice now we're in one position between the A minor pentatonic scale and the cool trick for the D minor, right? So we've got our A minor pentatonic here. And then when you go to the D, you just go to the pentatonic, the F sharp pentatonic with the flat 5. So now we're all in one position. You can play like over the A. And then you go to the D. To your A. See what I'm talking about? Go ahead and try that out. So play the A minor pentatonic, the 5th mode, which is what we just talked about. And now the D9. And back to the A. And to D. And A. To D. And A. To D. To D. And then to the A. And then to your trick. boom. Anyway, and that's really nice because it keeps it all in one position.